Today's first question that we're going to answer is how many tires will you take on pit stops and who determines this? Well, whenever we talk about tires, we refer to them in sets, and that's a set of 4 tires that'll go on the car at each time together. Now at Charlotte, we were given 11 sets for the race and 5 sets for practice and qualifying. NASCAR determines this based on the track and how the tires are wearing out. For example, this week as we head to Talladega, we're only going to get 6 sets for the race and 4 sets for qualifying. At super speedways, the tire wear is not that big of an issue. Now at Charlotte, 16 set total, that's how many tires you see stacked up here behind me. At $500 a piece from Goodyear, the tire bill can really add up at a track like Charlotte. Now, when we're talking about 4 tires versus 2 tires, the crew chief ultimately decides this. He's going to take 2 factors into account, one being tire wear and the other being track position. Now, if we're trying to gain track position, the easiest way to do that on pit road is take 2 tires when everybody else takes 4. But you're also going to have to figure out you do not want to be the only guy out there on 2 tires when everybody else has 4 fresh stickers. Our top question this week comes from Brian Boland. How effective are these fire suits against fire when we're on fire, as I am right now? Well, these things will keep us from burning for up to 13 seconds when fully engulfed. The SFI ratings on all of our equipment's really high, but the guys who need the most protection are our fuelers. Now they wear a fireproof base layer, gloves, socks, a head sock, as well as a fueling apron to keep any fuel from penetrating their fire suit. To answer your question about what the pit crews were doing with the leaf blowers after the pit stops, what we're trying to do is clean off our surface. A lot of brake dust and rubber from the tires, when they come screeching into the stalls, gets laid down where we run. And we want a clean surface to get the most traction as possible. Also, we don't want anything like old lug nuts sitting around that might trip us up. When we put fresh tires on these cars, we don't want any debris getting run over as they're exiting the pit stop. Now the next question, why we race at night and practice during the day for these night races, is because there's so many companion races in NASCAR's schedule nowadays. And when you're running a Saturday night race, the weekend gets compact even shorter. So you have to practice during the day with a nationwide race at night, but we do qualify at night to make up for that. Now this week at Talladega, you're going to see Michael back behind the wheel of the number 66, myabefibstory.com Toyota that you see here behind me. This week at Talladega, you're going to see Michael Waltrip back behind the wheel of the number 66, myabefibstory.com Toyota. Now remember, Michael won this race back in 2003. Vickers won it in 2006, and not to mention Brian has a top 5 driver rating at this track of 86.9. And Clint's won this race twice, back in 2010 and 2011. Don't be surprised if you see one of our cars in victory lane. The key to Talladega is keeping your car clean and being there at the end, avoiding the big one, which is inevitable.